Hey guys, and welcome to another First Impressions video, the video game series in which we look at a recently released game and I give you my first thoughts and impressions on it. Today we're looking at Ampersat, which is a top-down dungeon running roguelite-esque game. It is set in the 8 and 16-bit style, and you play as an @ symbol trying to free letters in order to save the village you're from certain languageless doom, I'd assume. It gives me very much Minecraft Gone Wild vibes, where the style is very similar to that of Minecraft, but with top-down shmup mechanics. It's really weird. It's kind of like a mismatch of everything, and it kind of works. It gives you a sense of ease when the game actually isn't easy at all. You can upgrade and go through and get money and unlock plenty of things as you go through. As always, we'll look at the settings first and then we'll jump straight into the game and I will give you my first thoughts and impressions. So let's not waste any more time. Let's jump straight into it. Alright, options then. Unsurprisingly, not many graphic options here. It is a top-down 8-bit or 16-bit style game. So really not that hard on your system. What is nice is that you can switch between gamepad or keyboard and mouse, and when you do, it will actually come up and tell you the controls for the input that you've decided to choose. Fairly simple and straightforward to maneuver, honestly. Nothing really too strenuous here, and you can cycle through the pages and get a full-on tutorial as you go through. You've then got your music volume, sound effects volume, and UI volume. It is, of course, chiptune soundtrack to go with the theme of the game. Can be a little bit annoying, so if you do want to turn that down, that's completely understandable. You've then got full screen on or off and your resolution as well. That really is all there is to say about the settings. It's nice that they've added a full-on tutorial that's easy and bite-sized, and again, not really expecting too much in the graphical front because of the type of game that it is. Speaking of the game, let's see what that's got to offer, shall we? Alright then, we are in the Gentleheim village. This is the main hub area of the game, and when you die, this is where you will return to. This is also where the game starts. Each of these gates here lead you to a new dungeon, and each dungeon has its own separate levels. The idea is that you go all the way through to the top dungeon in order to unlock as many letters as possible and get as much gold as possible from the rounds so that you can restore the village to its former glory. You have a number of things here, a number of statues that you can put your gold into to repair, and you will get some power-ups and stuff from the inn as well. It's not a bad starting area. I like the fact that there are characters here and weapons and stuff that you can get to permanently upgrade your character. I'm not overly sure I'm okay with the top-down look with everything, especially when you go to a new cinematic and it changes it back to normal view again. It seems a bit weird and a bit daunting. You've also got an XP bar in the top left, and you've got the current weapons and things that you've got equipped at the top. Your little bar at the bottom shows how often you can fire your little beam for. You can single fire or continuous fire, but it works like most Gatling gun mechanics, where if it gets too much or if the bar gets too high, you will stop and have to wait for it to cool down. Let's look at what the dungeons look like, shall we? Alright, we are in the dungeon area. You've got a number of enemies. Now, bearing in mind this is low level dungeon and we are on normal mode. And you have to aim at the enemies, kill them, stop them from doing things, get XP so you can level up and make yourself stronger. These boxes here will just keep spawning enemies, so it does make sense to kill them. You also get a big fat of gold for doing so. You have your melee as well, but whilst it deals a lot of damage, it's really not advisable to get close to the enemies as you take a lot of damage yourself, and early on you don't really have the luxury of taking that damage and you will die. This game is deceptive in its simplicity. It makes it look like it's fairly easy to do and sets you into a tone where you feel more comfortable and confident than what you probably should be. You get very complacent and then you end up dying out of nowhere because you've got no health left. The enemies move rather slow, but they do a lot of damage, and certain enemies also deals some damage over time, like poison damage and stuff like that. So it is worth keeping an eye out for that as well. The zones also seem to move and sort of change as you go through, but they are not procedurally generated. They seem to be the same zone each time, and it's up to you to sort of navigate your way through and replay them to get better times and better gold and stuff like that. Now, I haven't actually completed the dungeon, so I don't know if once you've completed it, a lot of the rewards disappear, or whether it just resets every time you come in, so you can essentially farm out lower levels and sort of level up as you go. We've got a letter here, and he one-shots me, so there you go. But that really is all there is to the game. You will lose some experience and some gold to be resurrected, so if you're looking to farm the levels, you want to get really good really quickly and not die like I keep doing. But there you are, guys. That is the game. It came out last week. Let me know what you think in those comments down below. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you all next time. Ciao, ciao.